Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We're back in Anchorage carrying on with our America's tour, and today we're flying Anchorage to Juneau, the capital of Alaska. With me is Nick. He's out there in the other Caribou A320, and it's not too busy. There's no ATC online at the moment, and we have one other airplane on the board for departing and a couple inbounds, but not too busy at all. So why don't we get set up and we will start everything going. Going to be using the new toolbar pushback with the pre-planner today. See how that works. I did some testing. It went well. Well, we can start getting ourselves set. So parking brake is on, flaps up, spoilers retracted and disarmed while the radar is off. Predictive wind shear is off. Engine masters 1 or 2. 1 and 2 are in idle. The engine masters are off. Thrust levers are in idle. Gear levers down. Windshield wipers are off. I have reset my joystick properly now, so I've got the actual thrust reverser levers working. For some reason I hadn't done that, and it was on the same axis, which was a little confusing, but that's fine. So we're going to come up. Batteries are on. We're going to get the external power is now on. Brake pressure checked. Brake pressure is fine. We'll get all our lighting up. Yeah, I did a couple tests. It didn't work with the DC-6, but it did work with the A320, and it worked very well. So I'm happy with it. We'll give it a shot again today. Turn up the E-cams and we'll get the lower lights up. Alright, so APU fire test will get done. That's good. Crew oxygen coming on. Cockpit voice recorder test is good. Adhere's coming on. External lights, nav and wing lights are on. And we'll get the seatbelt signs on and emergency exit lights are now armed. So annunciator panel. Lights are tested. Everything's lit up. Everything is looking good. Turn that off now. Probe and window heats are on auto. It is currently, what's the temperature? -4 degrees, but pretty dry, so no frost forming on the windows. APU is off. Aircraft temperature is set. Fuel pumps are off. Engine fire test 1 and 2. Engine 1. Engine 2. Flight directors are both on. Current barometer is 3064. It's a bit of high pressure today. Let's get that clicked over. There we go. That all dialed in. (3064) is set. EFIS, give Roger is 40. We're on 10. And FCU, we're going up to flight level 3. What are we going up to today? 390. There's no departure for here, so we're just going to clear ourselves straight up. 390. And speed and heading will be managed. And the radio of 122.8 is set. Alright, so let's get the fly pad up and going. We'll start the fueling. Alright, fuel for today's flight is 6,211 kilos. That is now going, and we'll come down to the bed here. We're going to go into our initialization. We'll bring in the flight plan. There we go, Tropo 3, that's pretty close. 33484 and cost index of 25, and our call sign is in. So over to weight and balance. We'll input the load sheets. There we go, 153 passengers today, and we can start boarding. So it's a nice sunny day. We should have nice conditions. We're going to be flying along the coast most of the way, so we should be able to see that as we go. Come down to the flight plan now. So for our flight plan, we're going to be departing off runway 33. It's a short taxi out from here. And we're basically going to just take off runway heading, climb out, and then turn towards the first waypoint. Our arrival into Juneau is going to be the RNAV Victor for 08. And we will insert that. We are going to come down and check our arrival here. It's going to be interesting how it displays it. Alright, it's done an interesting way of putting it in. Going to have us going over the mountains. That's fine. There's our track heading for the RNAV. Just have to watch our altitude as we come in, as we do have some elevation. I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to see if I put in Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot. Next waypoint, Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot. Oh, sorry, Echo Foxtrot. Let's clear that. Echo Foxtrot. Alright, let's see if it put it in. Sort. Clear that. Echo Foxtrot. Alright, let's clear. Trying to see if I can get this to work. Alright, let's try after a sort, we'll go to Nimble. LE that an F I put in? LE. Okay. Did you accept it? Alright, Nick, what am I doing wrong here? Won't let me clear that out of there now. Echo, Echo, Foxtrot. Oh, hang on. Echo, Echo, Foxtrot. Because of all that spaces. It's not liking me doing this. Not in database. So clear all that out. Sort left click waypoint. So a sort left click waypoint, echo Echo Foxtrot, enter. Let's put the identifier in. It's just sitting there. And if I hit return, there's nothing in. NIMLE. It's just sitting, no insert or anything. Yep, on the flight plan. I scroll down to the next waypoint. I want to go after a sort. So I click on the left key. Echo, Echo, Foxtrot. It's just sitting there. That's fine. I'll so it's got RNAV Victor via with no vias. Yeah. Echo, Echo. Oh, maybe that cleared it. Ah, there we go. So it's Echo, Echo, Foxtrot. Yeah, I reset the approach. Now it's taking it. So if I go here, next waypoint is going to be Nimble. So Alf, Nimel, that's better. We'll go insert there. Now when we go through it, Yak, Fakes, Assort, Alf, Nimel. There we go. That's better. Okay. I had to reset the approach, and then it took it. So that's good. That's working now. We can go back over to ARC mode. Alright, so the MCU data is now in. The MCU is in. The rad nav. We don't need IFR clearance. We'll take it as given. IRSs are now aligned. EFIS navigator takeoff takeoff brief is as per normal. And for the flight plan, while we're still kind of loading in, we can bring it up. Take a look. So we're sitting here at the terminal we left off, the south terminal. We're going to push back from here. It's going to be a short taxi down to probably on Lima for runway 33. Yeah, extended center line. And then we're going to take off on runway 33. There's no departure, so what we're going to be doing is basically making a left-hand turnout, and then we'll be flying straight down to the first waypoint here. And then we'll be coming down the coast, flying all the way down into the first set of little channels and fjords there. We're going to come down here to Elf, and then we're going to fly up along the coast, along this way, and then into the runway, which is a bit of an offset approach. Nick and I have experienced this before. We're going to land, it's going to be an exit to the left and then into the terminal, which is back over here at the airport. So it should be fairly straightforward in that regard. So I'm going to put in the offset for the runway 08, which is 265 degrees. So let's see if I can do this without butchering it. So fix info. The reference fix is going to be, how do we put it in for the airport, Nick? Just put it in, I guess. PAJN. B radial of 265. So if we go over to plan mode, we should see there it is. Yep. There's the runway heading coming off the end of the PANJ08. Yeah. So there's the extended center line, the reciprocal heading anyway. So that's good. Sounds like we are finished on our boarding. So I can go back. We can head back in to here. Just confirm. Boarding is complete. 158 passengers, 0 fuel weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way.
So we get in our 0 fuel weight.
To the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of
0 fuel weight and center gravity is in, and our block fuel for today is 6.2 tons.
More enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
We have a tailwind today. Nice change of 35 knots. And we are all set there. Squawk code, we're going to leave on 2000, the North American IFR default. And takeoff briefing is all set. So we're going to come up to the overhead now. We will get the APU up and going. Flap is open, starting the APU. While the APU fires up, come down here and get our weights in. So let's go back over to here for a second. So I'm using Kevin's calculator. So our takeoff weight for today's flight is 64.4 tons. Just gonna confirm that. Yeah. 64.4. Takeoff center of gravity is forward. Takeoff thrust will be flex config 1 plus F. PACs will be on, and we'll do our calculation. Alright, so we have our speeds. Over to performance, transition altitude of 18,000 is good. It'll be flaps 1 and 0.9 on the trim. Flex temp will be 68 degrees. And our V speeds will be 148 V1, 148 VR, and 148 V2, according to the calculator. So V speeds are now in. MCDU weights are all in. That's our takeoff performance done. We can come back up to the APU. APU bleeds are coming on. External power is now disconnected. Air conditioning is good. So we will tell the Skyway to go. We are good to close up. Cockpit door is now closed. And we can get the tug ready to go. So we're going to go to a pre-plan the pushback. Just waiting for this to load. There we go. Alright, so we're going to want to push back with our tail to our right so that we can taxi down to the end of the runway. So what we're going to do is we'll come out here to the map. We're going to click once, put a waypoint in. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Put a waypoint in there, push back, and we're going to face this way. Right about there. And that will be our pushback and where we want to end up. So we are ready.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Alright, so windows and doors are closed. Cockpit door is closed. Fuel pumps are now on. Beacon light is coming on. Steering pin is inserted. Transponder is now on. TCAS on standby.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Anchorage area traffic. Caribou 5556. Push and start.
We are cleared for start and
Terminal
push.
C.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake. Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
Alright, so here's the push. Oh, it looks like these guys have stopped screwing around out there. Gonna have to report them to their boss. The cargo door's still open. That should close on its own. If not, we'll close it. There it goes. Alright, so we're going to start engines. So everything is set. APU bleeds are on. Pumps are on. We're all good. Engine mode selector and starting engine 1. While we're pushing back, don't forget to come and join our Discord if you want to fly with us. All the flights are multiplayer flights, either on VATSim or community flights. So you're willing to join, the information is posted on the Discord. I'll put the link into the Twitch chat just so the physical link is there as well. And if you're having any issues or any questions about the sim or the aircraft in the sim, we got a pretty knowledgeable group of people that are willing to help with any questions you have. Alright, engine 1 is coming up. There's the line.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
So what I find is it's good to
Ground. Startup is complete.
put a intermediate waypoint and then a length of straight back, just so it makes sure that you get it wrapped around. But didn't do it that time.
Waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Starting engine 2, and the tug is pulling away. Get rid of that now. So if you look at where we're sitting, I mean, we're not too bad on the line, but ideally we would have gone a little bit further to straighten out. So if you put a last waypoint and then a little bit of a straight bit, that should give you your straighten out on the push. Nick, are you gonna push back, or are you waiting for me to get out of the way? Engines coming up. And good start on engine number 2. So, select to normal. Bleed air is now off, and APU is off. Alright, before taxi checklist. Landing, our brakes are on max, auto brakes are on max, spoilers are armed, flaps F+1, engine anti-ice not required, flight controls. Full left, full right, neutral, forward, full back, neutral, full left rudder, full right rudder, neutral. Trim is 0.9 up. It is set. Steering pin confirmed removed. And rudder and elevator trims are green and centered. Turn off lights are on, taxi light is on, strobes are off, parking brake checked, TO config done. We'll ding the cabin as soon as we start rolling. Brakes are removed. Interesting. Huh. Thought I fixed that. Give me a second. I guess not. Fooling around with different airplanes earlier, and I must have forgot to put it back into my twin engine jet settings. There we go. Much better. As we roll forward. Anchorage area traffic, Caribou 5556 taxiing runway 33 from the south terminal via Lima.
Anchorage traffic, Caribou 464, pushback to start, facing south.
It does. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can use the, well, 3 ways you can do it actually. So one way is just on the axis, which is the way after one of the updates it defaulted to, and I'd forgotten to change it back. So you'd pull back to a certain amount, and then if you kept going, it would go into reverse. There's a hard stop, and then there's a range you can go past, which acts as a button, so you can set that up for reverse. But my throttles also have the levers on them, which is what I use for putting it into reverse. There's no fidelity with that. It's either off or full on reverse. Unlike if you have it on the axis, you could finesse it to run it as in stages and stuff, but I prefer just to go full on. So I have the levers I can flick back and put it into full reverse. There's 3-3. So we'll come to a halt. Alright, before takeoff checklist, cabin crew. Well, have been notified. Exterior lights are all on.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Nosewheel light to take off. Anti-ice not required. Packs are on. TCAS, T-A-R-A, tilt above. Weather radar is on. PWS is on. I like my Honeycomb. I've got the Yoke and the throttles, and they're coming out with rudder pedals too, so I'll probably get those as well, because I've got cheap Logitech ones right now, which are kind of clunky. Weather mode is WX plus T. Takeoff memo, no blue. Glide path is clear. Anchorage area traffic. Caribou 5556 taking position. Runway 33. Anchorage. Alright, so brakes are off. We'll move out, take up our position. Now we'll get ready to go. There we go. The parking brake is on. And we are all set. Start the clock. Anchorage area traffic, Caribou 5556, rolling runway 33, departure to the east. Alright, parking brake off, manual brakes on.
Anchorage area traffic, Caribou 464, taxiing via Lima to runway 23.
Spooling up. Again, we're going to do a left-hand takeoff, stay out away from flying over the city. It's 40%, brakes released, and up to flex we go. Oop, there's some of the elevation issues with this area, part of the world. So, man flex, SRS enabled. It was a lot worse before this guy's airport from FlightSim.to was put on board. It's 100 knots. V1 rotate. So 20 degrees. Closing it down to about 14. Positive rate, gear up, speed brakes disarmed. Thrust levers to climb. Alright, let's go autopilot on. We're gonna make the left turn around. he got stuck out in the ice as well.
Anchorage area traffic, Caribou 464 loading up runway 23.
Alright, there's south. There's the airport. You can see Nick rolling out there onto the runway. And we'll head directly to the next waypoint, which is John. I see we're picking up the center line of the runway there. Beautiful day here in Alaska. Through S-speed, flaps coming up. And Nick's rolling. Really? I am successfully connected again. That was odd. Anyway, let's try this fix info again. PAJN 08. Not sure if that'll give us a extended center line or if I have to put in anything else. So I might have to put in the actual .265. That's fine. Leave that there. Alright, speed's coming up. And we're heading to 39,000 feet. So we do want to be 3,000 at Echo Echo Foxtrot. So just as we head there, let's go to our calculator, and we're going to put 3,000 feet in. So when we level off at 39, we know when to begin our descent. It's through 10,000 feet, so you can all come off. And we'll let the peoples up and around in the back. I can do their devices as well. So Anchorage may be the main hub for Alaska aircraft and shipping, but Juneau is the capital. It's a lot smaller. So it should be very interesting. Put us back into standard since we're cleared through transition. Throw on a little bit of music. Not much view there with the that's a better view. This is Orbex's Alaska mesh, so the terrain should be in a little bit finer detail. Take a look at Juneau, see if there's any traffic going in there. No, just myself and Nick flying in there now. Misclick there. So we're up through about 24,000 feet, climbing nicely. See, it's almost a direct flight there. So I'm going to go off mic for a little bit. I'll leave you with the music and a view at the front, since we got a beautiful, more or less clear sky with just a little bit of cloud. And you can enjoy. And I'll be back in a little bit. I'll be in the chat on and off for a while as well. See you soon.
Everybody's looking for a change right now, dreaming of being able to pay for upgrades or renovations without taking on that financial burden. Just think about it. We renovated 3 years ago, but it still feels like there's a million things I'd like to do today. A FlexiLine by Capital Direct allows you to manage your resources more effectively. Whether you could use $50,000, $1.5 million, or even $3 million, that cash is available to you. Call Capital Direct today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL.
CapitalDirect.ca.
ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating to the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Credits.
Hi, I'd like a loan to consolidate all my bills into one easy payment.
Okay, I just need to...
Hey! I am counting to 3. 1.
No, I just need to know if you're a homeowner.
Sorry about that. Homeowner, yes.
Oh, you're approved. See, I thought... Never mind.
Hear that, kids? Finally, someone's making my life easier. Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
Visitor license 12616.
Everybody's looking for a change right now, dreaming of being able to pay for upgrades or renovations without taking on that financial burden. Just think about it, we renovated 3 years ago, but it still feels like there's a million things I'd like to do today. A FlexiLine by Capital Direct allows you to manage your resources more effectively. Whether you could use $50,000, $1.5 million, or even $3 million, that cash is available to you. Call Capital Direct today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL.
CapitalDirect.ca.
All right, I'm back. Cool dude over on Twitch. How are you doing today? Nice to see you drop in. Willie, always a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, I don't have that that knack of rambling for hours and hours, so I've got to take a break sometimes. We just enjoy the little airport down there. Enjoying the sights out here as we fly along the coast of Alaska. Yeah, this arrival is going to be interesting. Anyway, we're getting close to our top of descent, so we might as well talk about what we're going to be doing for the arrival. We'll bring up the chart. So we're coming in. This is the waypoint we're heading up to now. And we're going to start turning to more to the south. Fly down. We're actually going to come down into this little waterway here. And if we bring up the approach, we're heading down to Elephant, EEF. We're going to be at 3,000 feet when we get there. We're then going to fly up towards Nimble, turning to the north to Ojimi, and then we're going to head in. It's an offset RNAV approach. We're going to be flying in on a angle, about a 11-degree angle to the runway. As you can see, we'll be descending down 3,000 feet to 2,700 feet, or 3,400 feet to 2,700 feet. And then to make the approach at the last minute, we'll make the turn, come in and land on the runway, and then we'll be taxiing back up to the terminal. No, always a pleasure to have you drop by, Willie. Do appreciate it. So that's the approach we're going to be making into Juneau. It is an RNAV approach, and it is a fun one because it's not straight in. So, and there's a big hill in the way, as Nick well remembers. So we're going to start getting everything programmed in. We have our current weather. Come back over to our panel here. Weather's in place. Winds are pretty much calm. 10-mile visibility, a few cloud at 25,000 feet, and it is 4 degrees. So we'll enter all this in. So QNH is 3070. Again, very high pressure today. Temperature of 4. Winds, I'm going to make 080 at 0. Transition altitude of 18,000 feet. That's all good. And for the minimums on the approach for the straight in landing runway 08.
Hi, I'm Patrick Radden
Is 1880.
Wind of change. I investigate a rumor I haven't been able to shake since I first heard it years ago. It came from
So we'll
someone
throw that in, and all that information is now in the system.
One of the best-selling rock songs of all time. A song that changed the world. Is that what the tip that started me on this story? And it only got
So we're about 45 miles away from our top of descent. And again, we're going to be going down to 3,400 feet. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff buried away in some of these things. If you do run into trouble, I think I mentioned it, the guys on Streamlab Discord, the help guys, are really good. They'll take you off into a private chat and work with you through the problem, which is greatly appreciated. Anyway, we've had some beautiful views out the windows here. We've got some lovely mountains here, courtesy of the Orbex Alaska Mesh. Lots of ice and everything up here. And we got a really nice flying day, nice and clear. A little bit bumpy over the mountains at points, but at the moment, not too bad. So we're heading over to Fakes here. We'll be beginning our descent shortly. So we'll take this down to 3,400. There we go. That'll be 2,000 foot per minute descent. And Willie, I don't know if you saw it, but we're flying in our let's go this side, channel livery here, Caribou Airways, created by the one and only Dark Fury. Hi Brian, how you doing today? So this is the A320 livery for Caribou. Boy, that's noisy out there. But looking good. You getting all the rains up there in your neck of the woods as well, Brian? It's been kind of pouring down here all day long. So about 21 miles to go before top of descent. And at the moment, Nick and I are still the only two airplanes on the board for Juneau. Yeah, it does look good. He even got the name underneath. And Kevin's actually done up some Caribou livery for the DC-6s as well. So we're getting a fleet together. Oh, you had snow? Yeah, it's been just about freezing here. I think for a while we had a mix of rain and snow, but it's been raining more than that. And with it melting all the snow that's out there, it's creating quite a mess. Glad I don't have to go out today. Oh, you're working late into the night, Willie. I'll send it to you in Discord, Willie. It's kind of a supporters only thing, but I'll send you the link to it through Discord, so you can look for it there. Oh yeah. Oh, here we are. Time to head down. Juneau area traffic, Caribou 5556, leaving flight level 390 for the RNAV Victor 08 at Juneau. Alright, so down we go, 2,000. I don't know why it wants me to climb. (2,000 feet per minute). Yeah, I can imagine.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
The later models of that, the RJ100 is used by my virtual airline, so I'm wondering if they're going to allow us to use the earlier BAE 146. Looks like an interesting airplane. Is it actually released yet, Nick, or is it still in testing? We'll lock in our descent speed at 280 once it gets up there. That would be an interesting airplane to fly short haul. April, they hope. Oh, it's not too far away. Geez, in April it could have the 3.7 and the 146. Could get interesting. And a little bumpy here. Well, I do like the older airplanes sometimes, so that could be an interesting one. The MD-80 is interesting. The MD-11 would be an interesting, nice airliner. The other one that would be really cool if somebody would bring it out would be the L-1011. That could be a great one. I know some guys who've flown them, and they say it was a great airplane to fly and great airplane to ride in. We're actually heading right down over there, and then we're going to loop around this bit of land, and the airport's over there. Yeah, they were working on that one, weren't they? Haven't heard much about it. Alright, let's get the speed locked in at 280. Getting bounced around here, definitely. What, the L-1011? Never been on one. I know a few people have said they really enjoyed flying on them. I guess maybe not if you were in the back near the third engine. But a nice tri-jet would be good. I think somebody is working on an MD-11 if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let's just come up to 30,000 feet. Seatbelt signs are on. Everything else is good at the moment. Oh yeah, the MD-11s. I mean, it's another big tri-jet, so... It's 29,000 feet. It was an odd idea putting it up there. Yeah, I'll put the barrel in a minute. It's 3070. One of the worst flights I ever flew on was Air Quebec back in the early 80s. Flew it, I had to fly to Montreal and get it to, where did we fly into? Prestwick, I think it was. And, there was no in-flight entertainment. The in-arm radio system didn't work. It was horrible staring out the windows with nothing to do. I don't know. Just what I've heard. I don't know, no experience, personal experience with that one myself. If I get an MD-11 for long hauls, no playing movies, that doesn't bode well for the flight. Uh-oh. What's that in reference to? Doesn't sound good. Oh, we got some nice shadow. Yeah, they were a thing. So you can see the approach. We're going to come up to a left loop, and that left loop is going to take us around this. I think it's this point of land over here. We're going to come in this way, and then Juneau's up over here. And again, it's an offset approach, so we're coming in at an angle to the runway. Did they? Oh, I didn't know they had the L1011s. Interesting. It's 23.9. Oh, is that an MD-11? Was that what it was? Huh. Yeah, that's not a good situation to have. Alright, so that's us coming up for 20,000 feet. I think we can turn the radio off now. Oh, okay. So basically electrical fire. Alright, so we're about 28 miles from Elephant. Well, like they always say, it's always a chain of events. And if one of the things had have been avoided or stopped, it would never have happened. But it's usually you have all these steps that lead up to it. Alright, so we're still the only 2 aircraft on the board coming in. A little airport down there. I'm going to increase our descent rate a little bit. It's time for some speed brakes. No real speed restrictions, however. We're going to go to 240 for the initial approach in. We'll dial that in now. Help getting the aircraft slowed right up. 30-mile separation, good. So the missed approach will be a climbing left turn to 9,000 feet, and we're going to head direct to Muggs, which is a 281 heading. And then after that we head up to Chill, and we hold at Chill at 9,000 feet. Well, they are numbered now that the world regulators will allow 2-engine aircraft to fly over oceans. That was always a huge, huge thing. A friend of mine that flew 747s years ago got in an argument with them because they said when he lost 1 engine down to 3, he had to return to base, and he was arguing with them, saying, why? And it's like, well, you only have 3 engines. And they were like, yeah, but you let aircraft with 2 engines fly across the ocean. So there's this huge, huge kerfuffle over it. I'm too high, so we're going to bring that speed right down to 220. I got the speed brakes all the way out. There's 10,000 feet. We're going to keep the descent going. Lights all on. We've got a little bit of distance here, so we're not too bad. Get that down and get slowed down. And Nick's about 30 miles behind us. Yeah, I know the speed limit's exceeded. Go into our performance and we'll get the approach phase active. Alright, so we're going to turn up this way and then turn in, and we come across here, and the Juneau is up in here. Set our auto brakes. Hi, Dark. Willie was just admiring your livery. It's 3,000 feet to go. turn up the channel here. Yeah, Boeing seems to be a little bit stuck in the past. I mean, it is cheaper to rework a existing model than to blank sheet an airplane, but there comes a point where you have to go, you know, it's time to move forward to the next step. Alright, coming around the end there, we got 1,000 feet to go. There we go, 6 miles to Ojimi, leveling out, speed should drop rapidly now. Yeah, I read about that. The McDonnell Douglas management ethics or ethos and style came on board, and it didn't match up with Boeing, which was an engineering company. It became a commercial enterprise, and it's led to some of the issues. Speed coming down, we'll go into managed, get that down to 210. Speed brake in, spoilers armed, auto brake set to low. We make this turn, we're heading to 2,700 feet. Alright, down we go. Juneau area traffic, Caribou 5556 established on the RNAV, runway 08 Juneau. And first notch of flaps coming in. .08 degree downslope. Second notch of flaps coming in. And we're just holding now at 2,700 until we hit Minai. And we'll start down at 3 degrees. There we go. Beginning our descent. So the airport is just on the other side of the ridge here. And 4 miles out, gear down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
100 above.
3
minimum.
flaps. Landing. And full flaps. Now 5 miles out. There's the airport right there. See the runway? We're heading to it on an angle, so we're going to come in, shoot the gap, make the turn and land. There are indicator lights out here. Sequent flashers to bring you in.
$1,000.
1,000 to go.
1,000.
Right control. I'm just going to ease over, come right over top of the hill here.
$500, $400, $300, $300, $200, $100, $50, $40, $30, $20, $10, $5.
Welcome to Juneau. "70 knots, reversers off. Manual brake or auto braking disengaged. We're on manual braking. We're going to take echo here. And we'll turn in. Juneau area traffic, Caribou 5556 clear, runway 08. We'll head down to the terminal. All private hangars here. Terminal's up the other end. You can see the tower. Thanks, Willie. There she is. Look at that. Beautiful Caribou coming in. This is where we would have the fire trucks out with the water spraying because it's its inaugural flight into Juneau. Hey, we got an Alaskan Airlines here now. It's interesting. It's not showing up on the thing. He must have just gone in. Alright, let's clean up the airplane now. Go park beside the Alaskan. Oh, there's Nick coming in. I see his lights. Should be able to get around and then see him land. Well, Boeing's South Carolina plant's not doing too good. They moved it down there because of all the non-union labor, but they're having a lot of quality control issues. Oop. Let's keep coming in. Brakes are a little sensitive. All right, we are parked. Bridge over, we can do our checklist. So landing lights are off, everything off, nose wheels off, spoiler, parking. Come down here, shut all this off. You go off, you go off, you go off, and you go to standby. Lights are off. Turn the seatbelt signs off. External power is connected. Engines 1 and 2 are off. Fuel pumps are off. Beacon light is off. Roger can go say goodbye. And we're going to watch Nick come in. Planes, trains, cool run-ins, yeah. Uncle Buck. That was a great one. Beautiful airport here. A little tricky to get into. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed the flight. It was a good one, short one. Canadian Bacon was an awesome movie, Taya. Yeah, real setup of Canadian culture. Our next flight will be on Friday. I have something to do on Wednesday, so we won't be doing Route 66 on Wednesday. That will carry on the week after. So our next flight is on Friday, where we depart from Saint Martin and we head off to San Juan in Puerto Rico as we continue our Caribbean flight sequence. Coming towards the end of that, only a few more legs to go, and that'll wrap that one up. Once again, if you're watching and you want to join in, feel free. We have our Discord where all our information on all our flights are posted, whether they are multiplayer or VATSim. All the live streams are open for people to come and fly along and enjoy. We have a Discord where all the information about all the flights is posted. I am waiting for it to pop up, and I will copy it once again over into the Twitch chat. There it is. Just so the physical link is there, and you're more than welcome to come and join us over on the Discord and get all the information for the flights. If you're having help with the sim or need help with certain aircraft, the ones that we fly most often, we have a very knowledgeable group of people who can help you out and get you going. And well, dark, maybe. In addition, there is a loyalty program here. So when you watch the streams and comment in chat and take part in those discussions, you can earn points. Those points can be redeemed for things while we are in the cruise, such as drinks, food, and other items, and you can partake. I usually have, on longer flights, we'll have entertainment up and running as well, so it keeps us occupied when we're just staring out the windows. But again, you're more than welcome to join in. We fly everything from general aviation airplanes, such as currently on the 172 for the streams for our Route 66 flights, all the way up to A320s, and when we get back into our long haul flights, the 787s. Lots of things you can do. Dark Fury's popping for a bottle of the bubbly. Here comes Nick. And he's down. Very nice with the new V-Pilot and the velocity update. You get the smooth rotations and everything. It's not bumping and hopping and banging around there. Actually, Willie, the 787 is pretty good. I've found one issue on extremely long legs where the autopilot will tend to wander, but on shorter legs, 300 to 400 miles between waypoints, it does very well. It's fun to fly. My limiting factor is my sim. I can only go for about 9 or 10 hours before the sim starts to bog down on my computer. But other than that, it's really good. Anyway, Nick's down safe. We're here in the wonderful town of Juneau, capital of Alaska. We will be carrying on with this stream next week when we continue our trip down the Americas. And I hope you can join us for that one. If not, we will see you on Friday for the Pirates of the Caribbean stream. And we'll carry on from there. I may be doing a spur-of-the-moment flight tomorrow night. It will be 1900 local time for me, which is 1900 Eastern, so midnight Zulu. I believe we're going to be looking at taking the A320 out of Houston, where we flew into it a week ago, and up to Vancouver. So a bit of a long-haul flight there, 4 hours, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.